Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi Lin, and we are bringing to you some horrible news from Marvel Comics as they are passing the buck on to retailers. Now, this is absolutely disgusting news as Marvel Comics, the evil mouse, is decided to drop retailers' discounts for foil variants. Foil variants are shiny paper comics. Now, of course, retailers are going to want these. Of course, the fans are going to want these. And the retailers are going to have to make a weird decision here. Do they order these variants? Do they boycott these variants? And what's so evil about this is Marvel is making sure that retailers buy the cover price. That means that they have to pay, if that book is $3.99, $4.99, $5.99, whatever it is, that is exactly what the retailer pays. That means there is zero profit margins. Actually, there's -1 profit margins because a store has to pay such things as utility bills, rent, taxes, all of these things. So the retailer is absolutely in the negative on this book, just selling it if they sell it at cover price. Now you're going to say, but Shane, how is this different from the other initial variants that the retailers sell? They always mark it up. Well, that's the retailer's decision if they mark it up. The retailer actually orders that cover. They have to unlock it and qualify, but the retailer, he doesn't have to get so aggressive with the price if he doesn't want to. He could actually technically sell you that cover at cover price and technically for that one book make a profit because he didn't pay the cover price for it. Let's get into it, Yanzi.
So for people who do not know, a typical discount that you get from a comic book from the distributor for the retailers is somewhere between 50 to 55%. As you order more, the discount increases. So let's say a book sells for $3.99. A retailer expects to pay about $2 for it. And then he sells it for $3.99 and pockets the $1.99 difference. And that helps pay for labor costs, shipping costs, his rent, and everything, and so on and so forth. So
Right.
when Marvel decided we're going to do all these foil variant covers, you can order it as usual, no qualifying required, but we're going to charge you the exact price that it costs on the cover. So Brian Hibbs made this Facebook post about 2 weeks ago. I guess this is basically an email from Marvel saying, please be aware that Marvel's new foil variant cover program will bear different shorter discounts than normal due to the significantly higher manufacturing costs for foil covers. They say here, any foil variant cover that costs $3.99 or $4.99 will be sold to the retailer at the cover price. Anything that costs $5.99 and above will be sold at a discount of 16% off the retail price, which is not very much as you imagine. So what does this mean though? Well, first of all, before we even get to that, Marvel's argument for saying we're going to charge you the full price is significantly higher manufacturing costs for foil covers. Now here at 9lives Comics, we print comics book. We have not printed foil comics before, but we have actually ran the cost for that thing. And actually, you guys will be surprised. The price difference between a regular cover and a foil cover is not as much as you think. And when you talk about a printer like Marvel, they're printing tens of thousands of copies per issue. They can definitely do the volume.
One of the reasons we've steered away from it actually has nothing to do with the cost. It's just harder to perfect bound foil covers, and most of our books are perfect bound. So with a staple comic, it's actually not as crazy price increase as you would think. Now, my theory behind this is, I think this is an important theory from my time in comics, knowing publishers like Dan DiDio. I've talked with Joe Quesada. I've Mark Buckley. I've been in conversations with these people. Bob Wayne, another one, not pulling from any one of these conversations, but I have been in the industry and been around people long enough that I understand that there are sometimes people that are concerned at keeping prices at a certain point. But at the same time, there are people in the American comic book industry that are always nudging and sampling. Can we take it to here? And can we charge an extra $1 for this comic because we added extra content? Do our sales drop because of we're pushing our top selling book to an extra $1 with a backup story? Nobody really wants the backup story. They just want the normal Batman book. But the companies will take these type of steps to actually see what they can get away with. Take an inch, take a mile type situation. With this scenario here, this one really bothers me because the state of the American comic book industry right now. all across America, the direct market is so disrupted right now with basically selling manga, selling Funko Pops, toys, whatever they can do, but they're not selling the Marvel and DC comics because of the actual content. Well, faced with this reality, and nobody wanting to say, well, maybe we need to make better content or anything like that. I'm not so sure Marvel Comics, and I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm not so sure Marvel Comics is actually saying, well, if the retailers are so used to actually selling other stuff to make ends meet, and they're still ordering some of our books and they're not really profiting that much, because I can see how little they're ordering. If they're really not profiting that much and all their money's coming from other things, why not just charge them, make the book a little shinier and cut their profit out altogether? And would retailers still drag people into their stores with our comics? Would the orders decrease? Now, here's the thing. Let's say retailers order less of this because there's less profit, right? Or Marvel's like, well, we'll just pass the buck on to them and the retailer be the bad guy for the markup. Whatever the case is. But let's say the sales to Marvel. Let's stay there right now for this argument. If there is a slight decline in sales, and I'm going to say 20 to third, let's say 20% to 30%, they lose. Did they still make more money by charging full price? Absolutely. And that is a dangerous game that somebody at Marvel Comics right now is playing. And this is, I think, a probe, a sample, a situation to see if we're going to sell less anyways, and comic sales keep going down and we're not going to do anything to change it. Well, how much money can we make out of this right now? Like in our last days, like what could we squeeze out of these retailers? Because in the end, see, Marvel, whether people want these books or not, they just have to get the retailers to take the risk. And there's going to be some retailers, and I've known retailers forever, that whether they agree or disagree with this, they're going to run the risk of ordering it because they don't want their phones ringing for these hot to find variant covers and them turning away their customer because they choose to boycott this, because that guy might just start ordering his book somewhere else, or he'll miss new traffic or whatever. And of course, these are variants, so they're going to be highly collectible anyways. And this puts the retailer at this like lose-lose situation. They're not going to win here because they're really not going to make any money. And the retailer, at least for this one book, is trapped in this situation of having to accommodate either the random customer or the already existing customer / collector. And obviously these are more collectors than customers, or both. And this is like a fucked up situation to put retailers in. Like, why would you do this? I think the outcome of this could be a doomsday situation in the next 6 months to a year, because I feel like Marvel will do a lot more of this.
I personally feel that going forward, this is probably going to be an expectation of how Marvel is treating their retailers. Don't forget, people who are buying comic books are not actually your readers. The people who are buying comic books are the comic store retailers. They're the one who decide how many copies of what to order. And if this is how Marvel's going to treat them, I cannot imagine them having a great relationship with the retailers going forward.
I'm afraid Marvel sees how little they're ordering their product, and they don't feel like there's a lot to lose here anyways. This is a dangerous game of just trying to maximize profits, and even if they sell less, they're going to make more money. And that is very alarming that that's how Marvel Comics is doing this, because if you were a publisher, and if you're a publisher worth your salt, your major thing you want to do is more readers. Okay, that you need more readers. You need to grow an audience. And right now, Marvel's, I don't think that's their goal. But anyways, guys, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think about this news. Also, I want to remind people, Axcend Level Up sign up is up. Go sign up for this awesome comic about 3 gamers that try out a whole new virtual reality game world. And when they log out, the game follows them back into the real world. All new superpowers, all of this crazy stuff. Go sign up for this. We're going to offer a trading card with sign up, and probably a discount with secret tiers. So you definitely want to go sign up for this. I'll leave you guys with the trailer for Axcend. We will catch you guys again with another video.